Hey guys, welcome to another episode of TFL Today. And today, Andre, we are talking all about trucks. In fact, we are talking about the top 6 most expensive and luxurious trucks that you can buy in the United States by brand. And I'm sorry we're late. We usually try to get this going at 10 o'clock, but we had a bunch of technical difficulties, but this wasn't a technical difficulty. This was one of our supporters. Eric came by the studio. Eric, I want to thank you so much. And look what he brought us. Look at that.
Look at that selection of donuts. Eric. Oh my goodness.
Eric. Ian, our videographer behind us, is going to do the Tougher Nutter.
Tough
Mudder this weekend. This is not going to help the cause. Certainly not helping my cause. So I want to thank you for that. And Andre, why don't you tell them about how we're posting our videos now, because we have made a change to that.
Yeah, definitely. We have a set schedule. So on TFL Truck, we're going to do 3 brand new excellent videos every week. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. The other days of the week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, are TFL car videos. So you can go to those channels and get the latest. And today we published a demon video, right, that you did from Indianapolis.
Yeah, I was at Indianapolis, and Tommy and myself were there for the launch of the Demon. Oh my God, we had the worst rain, Andre. The video, when we actually published the wide body driving impressions, because that's embargoed until the 20th, Tommy and I got in this huge argument whether I should actually cross this or ford this river, which was crossing the street. So you'll be sure to wait for that. But the good one that's up right now is basically it's 0 to 60, Andre, in the Demon in 2.3 seconds, and how the Demon accomplishes that. So if you go over to TFL Car, that'll be there right now. And then yesterday we had so much fun with the truck video that Ian behind us, as soon as he's done with this show, is editing. What truck video are we publishing tomorrow?
Well, we had the old versus new Raptors. We have our long-term truck, the 2014 Raptor, and we compared it on Cliffhanger 2.0 against the 2017 brand new Ford Raptor. And that's our most difficult off-road challenge, so stay tuned tomorrow for that.
Yeah, so which truck did better, the 2014 or the 2017 Raptor? We're not going to tell you, but tomorrow you can watch that video. Andre and I certainly had an interesting experience going up that mountain. So let's start with our top 6 most luxurious and most expensive trucks by brand. And of course, yes, Andre?
Well, before we start, should we just mention that we always welcome your comments. So there's a chat that you can enter your comments and questions during the live show. And then when the video is public on YouTube, we'll also answer comments there. But there's a super chat function, right?
Yeah, so if you guys want to support TFL using the super chat function, in essence, basically support us by sponsoring this video right now. For $50 or more, we will give you, why don't you show them, Andre? We will give you this shirt. It's the only way you can get it.
Well, this is our high-end shirt, basically. It's
the shirt we wear to all the car shows.
Yes, a buttoned-up shirt. It
Dickies.
has TFL truck on the back, Dickies brand, a TFL car, and we have several sizes, so let us know. And we always appreciate your support. And obviously, you can also support us on patreon.com/TFLcar. We always appreciate it.
But if you want this shirt, $50 or more, support this super chat on YouTube. And what?
Do we have XXX?
We have XXX. Yes, we have XXX. Of course, guys. Do we have XXX? What do you mean? Do we have XXX? Of course, we have XXX. It's a truck show,
and we have XXX trucks too.
We have XXX trucks. All right, let's get right to the show, Andre.
Okay.
Number 6 on our top 6 most expensive trucks you can buy by brand is right behind us. It is the Honda Ridgeline, the Black Edition. How much does it cost, Andre?
Yeah, the Black Edition tops out at about $42,970. Basically $43,000. The one behind us is actually not black, but it's still top of the line RTLE model, which means it has all the features, the sunroof, the obviously the V6 that all of them come with, all-wheel drive, and this one has a towing package too.
Yeah, this one has a towing package, and we will be towing with it. And the crazy thing about that truck back there is, and this is on purpose, of course, Honda designed it in such a way that if you are sitting in the front seat and you don't look into the rearview mirror, you will not be able to tell that you're in a truck, because it's basically built on the same chassis as the Odyssey and the Pilot, except it's got a bed. You know what? You show them the inside of that, and we'll be right back.
of course, Roman, a lot of people say, oh, the Ridgeline is not a pickup truck. But it is. It has a bed.
Yeah.
And that's the definition of a pickup truck. It has a bed.
Yeah.
And yes, it's a crossover-based vehicle, but nonetheless, we consider it a pickup truck.
Yeah, people say it doesn't have pickup truck bones because, of course, it's not body on frame. It's unibody. And, you know, this truck behind us has some really interesting features. And sometimes technologies come along. And I remember I was at the auto show where Ford first had this, where you kind of kick behind the vehicle and then the lid opens up, the tail
the
opens
hatch,
up.
yeah.
And those technologies then get propagated throughout the entire automotive world. But this truck actually has something seriously innovative, Andre. And that is, it has 6 speakers built into the bed that actually resonate in the bed. So if you guys are at a work site, or if you're at a party, or if tailgating, you can just pump the radio into the back of the bed, or if you're working on something, and it's really a great feature. It's one of those things that, like, you go, wow, why didn't somebody think of that? Because, you know, usually you open the windows and you turn the radio up and you can't hear it. The other cool thing is you can Bluetooth your phone to the car's audio system so that when the speakers are playing, you can play playlist off Pandora or whatever, you know, your favorite music list or your favorite music genre is on your phone.
You could also play a TFL truck video on your phone and listen to it in the bed.
Yes, if
We've tried that before.
And if we did a podcast, which this kind of is, our video podcast, you could actually play it in the back. So it's got a lot of innovative features. It is the only truck that actually comes as a front-wheel drive truck, which of course a lot of you are probably going like, why a front-wheel drive truck? But you know, there are people out there who don't need to be hauling excavators and earth-moving equipment and who just have some gardening that they want to do, and that truck works very well for them. Andre, what's the tow rating?
The tow rating is 5,000 pounds, and we've did a night gauntlet with this truck, and you can watch it on our TFL truck channel. But I think we have to move on to number 5.
Okay, let's move on to number 5. Go for it.
Number 5 is the brand new Toyota Tundra 1794 edition. And the final MSRP is basically, after you include handling fees, is $51,670, and it's at the bottom of the screen. And Tommy is helping us with the our videos here. But the 1794 edition is basically, the name comes from Texas. Toyota built their manufacturing plant where all of the Tundras are produced, as well as most of the, or about half of the Tacomas near San Antonio, Texas. And I visited the factory, and it's basically was an awesome experience. I love going to factories and seeing how trucks are built. But there was a ranch there that was established in 1794. So, and this is the most luxurious Tundra you can get.
Yeah, Andre's absolutely right. It's named after the manufacturing facilities, which were once upon a time a ranch that was established, I think, in 1794. 381 horsepower, 401 pound-foot of torque. It's a towing monster, actually. That is one of the most reliable, one of the most bulletproof V8s you can get.
Yep.
It does really, really well. Of course, the only issue with this truck right now is that it only comes in that and a base engine. So many of the domestic manufacturers give you a choice of engines, whereas Toyota only gives you 2 engine choices. You know, they're a little bit behind the ball in terms of the mid-size truck market. They need to catch up. They need to probably modernize that. And there's a newer version of the Tundra that we just saw in Chicago that was just introduced that's coming. But Toyota does everything very slowly, right? They're always evolutionary. So you won't see them necessarily, I don't think, putting a diesel in there like Ford is doing and like Ram tried to do. But they will slowly make it better and better over time. And it's just a really good truck, Andre. It tows well, it drives well, you know, it does everything well. The only potential downside is it's a little thirsty.
Yeah, and by the way we're choosing these prices, and you may get a slightly different price when you're configuring your truck, because we put all the options on the truck, but there's no accessories like the tonneau cover. I did not include in this price list, or the TRD suspension, TRD Pro suspension, or like the exhaust system tips. So these are basically top of the line trucks, you know, with all the sunroof, all the technology features. And for 2018, Tundra is introducing their safety systems on the Tundra and also the Sequoia. So you can get the latest adaptive cruise control systems, blind spot monitoring, all that stuff is included for 2018. But the engine is still the same, transmission is still the 6-speed. So Toyota is staying tried and true with their Tundra.
All right, well, let's go to the next truck on the list, Andre. And we're doing these, if you haven't figured it out yet, in order of lowest price to the highest price. So we're going to get more and more expensive. So, Andre, what do you think is the next truck on the list? I know you know.
It's a Nissan
All right,
XD.
tell about it.
It's a Nissan XD, and this one surprised me a little bit because I knew the
How much is it?
Nissan Titan XD diesel crew cab was a little bit more expensive because of the diesel engine, $5,000 option. But this truck turned out to be $67,690 for the Platinum Reserve model, which means it has all the leather, all the kind of luxury features on the inside. It has a sunroof, and it has that kind of a Western theme, right? It has that kind of brown leather and a lot of badging, and it's very luxurious, very powerful. The Cummins V8, which is a 5-liter, is rated at 555 pound-feet of torque, and we've tested a lot of these trucks. Thankfully, you know, Nissan has been really nice to us, and they've provided a lot of different models of the Titan XD, and it tows really good because the diesel does have that low-end torque.
Yeah, it's kind of a tweener truck, right, Andre? It's somewhere in between a full-size truck and a heavy-duty truck, and that's been kind of an interesting experiment on the part of Nissan because, you know, they're trying to figure out whether people are actually interested in tweener trucks. So the towing capacity is just that, kind of the top end of a half-ton.
Yeah.
So we're not, you know, into heavy-duty territory quite yet, but we do get better fuel economy in some ways, and we do get the diesel option. Now, Nissan came out first with this truck, actually, before it came out with the gas version of it. You know, it's an interesting strategy. I think they're really working very hard to try to sell this truck. I know they just announced when we were in Texas, actually, a 10-year warranty, which is, I think, the best in the country. And, you know, a lot of you think that it looks like a Ford F-150. It's got those kind of same headlights. And I'll leave that to you guys because, you know, design is very subjective. But the one comment we keep reading over and over is that it basically looks like a F-150. And whether that's good or bad, you know, that's really up to you.
Well, the F-150 is the best-selling vehicle in the country, so if you're gonna resemble something, it's good to resemble a bestseller. And Nissan, I mean, their sales are slowly, you know, creeping up on the Titan. They have the half-ton version, which is a true half-ton truck, and I think they're selling about, you know, between 5,000 and 6,000 trucks a month, and slowly improving their sales.
All right, let's talk about our Super Chat feature again. This is the last time I'm going to do this. If you guys want one of our very nice, very nice Dickies shop shirts.
Yes.
Just support the Super Chat for $50 or more, and this shirt will be yours. We'll send it to you, and it's a great way to show that you guys support what we're doing here at TFL Truck, and of course at TFL Car. All right, Andre, what's the next on our list?
Number 3 on our list
Yeah.
is a GMC Sierra heavy-duty 3500 dually Denali, and this represents sort of the most luxurious and the best of GM trucks as far as heavy duties.
How much is it?
And as far as price is concerned, $72,465. And this includes their 6.6 liter brand new Duramax engine. And you recently drove this engine quite a lot. And where was this?
I was in Iowa. I was in Moline,
Oh, Illinois.
Illinois, and Des Moines, Iowa. We were kind of in both at the John Deere factory.
Davenport.
Iowa. We were at the John Deere factory watching them build all kinds of expensive equipment, and we got to load up these trucks, the Silverado version of it, and tow with it to the world's biggest truck stop, Andre, which you've been
That's
to.
my favorite place.
Yeah. And you know, that engine is a monster. And the interesting part, of course, is that both Ram and Ford are at about 30,000, give or take, whereas GM, including this truck, is only at 24,000 max towing capability pounds. And I think that does hurt them a little bit. And all the GM engineers and the top brass were kind of looking at me because the truck did really well in our Ike Gauntlet, and yet it didn't win. And so they were questioning me very sincerely why their truck did the best going down the hill. It actually set a new record for the least amount of brake applications, why it did really well going up the hill, and yet why didn't it win, because in the end the Ram won. And the reason we awarded the Ram, I think we all came to a consensus, it wasn't just me, it was just because they're at that 24,000 level, whereas everybody else is at that 30,000 pound towing level. And that's a big difference because trucks are basically tools. So even though you may have the best tool in the toolbox, if the other companies are selling bigger tools that do more for the same price, it's hard to be competitive. And I think they know that. I think, you know, reading in between the lines I got to drive with Chevy's chief big truck engineer, And the issue is they could upgrade the engine, but to keep it within SAE, Society of Automotive Engineers, specifications for towing, they also have to upgrade the chassis to get to that 30,000 pound level. And they haven't been able to do that with just an engine upgrade. So I think that's coming, but they did do a cool hood scoop.
Yeah, they did. And they also have a medium duty trucks coming out, I think, in 2018 and beyond. So I think GM is going to be addressing a lot of these issues. And where the voting came down to me for Gold Hitch Awards for 2017 was, when you can tow 31,000 pounds versus 24,000 pounds, that's 7,000 pounds. And when you carry weight, you can make money if you're doing work. And a lot of these trucks are actually true work trucks. So if you cannot make as much money, that's kind of where the difference came for me. But it's number 3 on our list, and this truck is actually very luxurious.
It is very luxurious. It's very comfortable, and it's got every creature comfort that is known to man. I don't think it has massaging seats like the Ford, but almost everything else. All right, so the number 2 truck, Andre, actually won this year's Gold Hitch Award for the heavy-duty towing class. And what was that truck, please? And how much did it cost?
Well, this particular truck is a 2017 Ram 3500 heavy-duty limited model. And this is where I think Roman and I, we may disagree just a slight bit, because I think we had a discussion a few months ago. Is the price cap on trucks, are we at the top of the pricing structure for trucks? And I think Roman was saying, I think we are, and I was saying, no, we can go further. And I was just recently at Chelsea, Michigan at FCA Proving Grounds, and they just unveiled the Tungsten edition of their Ram. And this particular model you see here is a 2017. And for 2018, there's going to be a Tungsten edition, which is going to be even more expensive.
Yeah, it's crazy. Ram, there's actually big Ram news coming, because Ram is coming out with a new 1500. And we're speculating with Anton about when that truck is going to come out, because they're already reconfiguring the factory to build a new 1500 truck. So we think it'll either be introduced in LA, which is coming up very soon, or in Detroit in January. And what makes it even crazier is that if it is introduced at either of those shows, they might be able to start selling them as early as 2018, at the beginning of 2018. But yeah, this truck is very, very bold, very in your face, and very powerful. It's got the Cummins that puts out, 900 pound-foot of torque?
Yeah.
So
the price on this is actually $77,185, but that's after the applied offers. And if you actually remove the offer, which every manufacturer does, they discount their trucks, this is over $80,000 already. So when you add the Tungsten edition, which actually gives you the new kind of chrome, matte-looking chrome finish on the grille and other areas around the truck, and then you add the supple leather and also the headliner, which is suede, so that's when the price goes up even further, and the luxury features go up even further. And Roman, was I accurate? Do you think the price on trucks has topped out, or is there room to grow?
No. I mean, truck pricing is not only elastic; it's creeping up, and I think we're, less than a half a dozen years away from seeing a $100,000 truck. And the crazy thing, a lot of these truck manufacturers, especially in the half-ton edition, don't have one, but they have actually 2 upper end models, right? There's the King Ranch, and then there's the
limited,
and the limited, right? There's always not 1 but 2. That's why Toyota did the 1784 edition, right? To go above their platinum edition. I believe it was platinum, right?
Yeah.
So there's not 1 but 2 top level editions, and that to me says that the elasticity of the pricing of trucks hasn't reached its top yet. People just love big trucks. And I think what's happening is the trucks have become the family trucksters. Once upon a time, trucks were work tools, and you would drive them to work, and maybe you had a short cab, and you would put, somebody in the middle on a weekend or Friday night. But now, this is not only your work truck, it's also your family hauling truck. And I think that gives you a lot more room in how expensive and how fancy you want to go. All right, Andre, I think it's time we get to number 1 on our list.
Number 1 on our list is a Ford F450. And this is actually a consumer version of it, because it's still GVW, gross vehicle weight of 14,000 pounds or less. And this particular truck topped out at $83,445. And this is basically a luxurious truck. It is a 450, but and it's got 10 lug wheels. So it has, heavy duty wheels and tires to handle a lot of weight, and it's rated at nearly 31 to 32,000 pounds of maximum towing. And Kent and I actually took this truck, very similar to this, on the iGauntlet at midnight. when they first unveiled the 2017 Super Duty. That was a crazy event when we did it at night. And it has the Power Stroke, obviously, diesel engine, 440 horsepower, 925 pound-feet of torque is the rating. And this has the special paint. It has a panoramic sunroof. I mean, this is top of the line. But $83,000?
Yeah, and guys, that is not the top end of these trucks. We purposely didn't option these things out with extras.
Well, like tonneau covers.
Like tonneau covers, like bed lining, like surround camera systems, right? There's a lot more stuff that you could go and buy on top of these trucks from the dealer that will bring these easily up to another $2,000-$3,000.
Well, yeah, because you can Ford offers like ramps, to drive your equipment into the bed, or ATVs or whatever.
There's so much. Yeah, there's so many goodies you could pile on these trucks to bring them up. So I don't think we're that far from a $100,000 truck. Like I say, maybe less than 5 years from now, somebody's going to break that barrier. Well, and I'm not talking about with options. I'm talking about on their website, spec'd out. Yeah. Go ahead.
And obviously, some of you are probably saying, and we'll get to the comments very soon. If you buy like a medium duty truck or a customized truck, you can get over $100,000. But we're focusing on consumer level trucks, and this is kind of the edge of that. This 450 is at the very top of that.
Yeah, I'm sure you could buy a Freightliner or a Volvo
for $500,000.
Yeah, I'm sure, but these are just the kind of trucks that pickup trucks that people buy. Tommy, do you have any comments out there that we should discuss?
Yeah. We've got a couple questions. Why don't they do diesel hybrids? Would they work well in trucks?
Oh God, that'd be so expensive, Andre. Yeah. I mean, diesel's an expensive option, so it's usually at least $5,000, and then hybrids are even more expensive. So what you're doing is you're adding weight, and you're adding expense, and you're adding complexity, and that's a sure way to get to $100,000, I bet.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Roman, because not only are you adding price and complexity, you're also decreasing your payload capability.
Yeah.
Right? And trucks are very focused on how much weight you can haul or tow. So if you're adding a diesel engine, you're already adding a few hundred pounds. Then you add in batteries, you're adding in more weight to the truck. And but GM does do a mild hybrid right now. The Silverado and Sierra come with a mild hybrid option. That means there's an electric motor assisting you, but it cannot run the whole truck by itself.
And in the last few minutes that we have, we should let you know that actually Andre's going to the Bollinger press preview, which is the electric pickup truck that's coming. When are you going, Andre?
Actually, that's on the 27th of July. I'm going to be in New York City, and this is like a four-wheel drive vehicle from Bollinger. It's a brand new company, all electric, and we have a few other events in August. 2018 F-150s are coming out.
Yeah.
Or we're going to be in Michigan to drive a lot of those engines. So I'm really excited about the F-150.
Yeah, and the other thing I would say is we haven't forgotten about all of you half-ton fans, so we did price out the most expensive half-ton you can buy as a bonus. We always like to do a bonus, and Andre, it's pretty obvious what that truck is. What is that truck, and how much does it cost, Andre?
Well, it's this truck, the 2017 Ford Raptor, and you can get it easily, fairly easily to $71,220, and this is MSRP. And you can add a few more options, like we were saying, like tonneau covers and other options to get it a little bit higher. But as far as half-ton trucks go, and this is a true off-road truck, it's actually the most powerful on horsepower from the factory. So if you consider all engines you can buy in a consumer pickup truck, 450 horsepower in this truck is the highest. Also has 510 pound-feet of torque from the EcoBoost engine. And like we said, we did test one off-road recently, and we're going to publish that video, old versus new, very soon.
Yeah, and guys, I just want to give you kind of a heads up, a sneak peek as to what's coming this weekend on both of our car and truck channels. So like we said at the beginning of the show, we compared this truck to the TFL long-term truck up Cliffhanger 2.0. And Andre, tell them what we did with the special video that's coming up on car on Sunday.
Yes, it has to do with Honda actually, right?
Yes.
So Honda, not only do we have the Ridgeline here that we can tow with and play with, but Honda actually also sent us their ATV, the 2017 side-by-side Pioneer 1000 5-seater and a limited edition, which is the top of the line Pioneer, and it's an awesome little You could call it a truck. It has a bed that dumps.
It has a bed that dumps, and we have to end the show because these guys have to get to editing both of those videos because they're not edited, and we want to get them out to you guys as soon as possible. Get them up on our website. So Tommy's editing that video, but the interesting part is, what do you think that we mashed it up with? We compared it to something I've always wondered about, and that is, of course, our long-term Jeep Wrangler JK. So what's better off-road? Is it a side-by-side or is it a Jeep? We found out yesterday. We had a long day of shooting, but I think you'll be surprised by the results. Guys, I want to thank you very much for joining us for this live TFL Today show. As always, this is Roman. And Andre, before we sign off, why don't you tell them once again how we're publishing our videos?
Yeah, so TFL Truck channel, we're publishing 3 brand new videos every single week. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. TFL Car channel, 4 videos a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. So we're trying to work really hard to bring you brand new videos and high quality videos all week long.
Yeah, and then of course we also have our channel TFL Now, and that's kind of behind the scenes. We do a lot of kind of interesting stuff on TFL Now, including live videos and all the stuff we can't get on the other 2 channels because of the constraints of like when breaking news breaks. Yeah, today we did a really good news roundup with Nick. So we're really working hard to create as much content as possible without having you guys having to like pay for it like some of our competitors do, like an on-demand thing. So I especially want to thank all of our Patreon supporters.
This is a good question,
What?
actually.
Last question. We gotta get going. You gotta go at it.
Andre, when are you gonna get the ZR2?
To test?
Yeah.
I've been asking Chevrolet this several times, and they said it can actually, because here's the thing. We get the vehicles from Media Fleets, and it's going to be available for us in August or September. I was really asking them, we need to have it soon because I want to take it on the cliffhanger 2.0.
Before it snows.
Before it snows, because in September, October, it starts snowing. So we will have a truck within the next 2 months, or I'll get it in other ways. I really want to test
viewers
it.
sometimes help us, and sometimes, we get you guys to pitch in like we did with this Ridgeline, because when we ran this up the iGauntlet, it was one of you guys who actually provided us the truck. So we really think of this as a community. You guys are part of the TFL family, and without you, none of this would be possible. So I want to thank Eric.
Can I have a donut, please?
Oh yeah, boys, donut time.
All right, sugar,
Donut time.
sugar, yes.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. And remember, check out TFL Truck and TFLCar.com for more news, views, and of course, real-world reviews. And guys, thank you so much for your support. We love the donuts, and we love the fact that you guys keep watching. See you guys next time. Ciao.
Yummy.